Can he manage to land them briefcases in the face of that pesky bear as he comes in to try and get all flippity-floppity on you? We did see Vladimir Putin coming riding in on a bear on Reddit. The question is, can Diamond Prox do that once again? A bear in armor, will you say? What crazy happenstance is this? As it stands, we do see the wards getting placed out. Jason, is there anything you're suspecting, anything you're seeing maybe from possible late invades? Looking like we're going to have a duo lane switcheroo here from Gambit.
I don't think they're going to really go with that. We have Mundo. He's going to start at red, so that's kind of a normal position for him to be standing at. We actually have Oliver at the top side, so Diamond Prox could potentially be going for a kind of early gank with that gold card out of Alex in the mid lane. Could be very interesting. And Demon, I'm looking through the characters real quick. Another interesting thing to point out, Genja. Every single game he's been playing, he's been running his flat 17 armor pen, which only one other person in this entire tournament has been running, and that was Yellow Pete. He was running 13. So it's kind of an interesting pickup on his part. He goes for that extra AD on his item, like the long sword or the Doran's Blade as you're seeing, and then relies on the extra armor pen to really harass down the other team. And on the other side, Exter, he's using Lifesteal and Spell Vamp Quince. He has that 3% on both of them for the extra sustain in lane. Gonna help out quite a bit in the late game to, with the Mirror Mana, to really keep them alive in these fights.
So we do see Morden starting out at the Wolves. Diamond going to be starting at the Wolves with the help of Alex Each as well. And in the top lane, we see the Golems being picked up by the duo lane. So it's going to be a lane switch, which really gives who the advantage here. We're going to have a real heavy poke lane of Genja and Edward on Sona and Ezreal versus a Olaf, which is effectively probably the best 2v1er in the game. I think it's safe to assume. Against Darian on Renekton, who just played immaculately in the last game on Renekton, really has performed pretty well on Renekton throughout, but he's going to be against Jim Bones and Babetta, who will be on Zyra and Kennen.
Well, that's the funny thing, is that Renekton's one of those early game champions, so you kind of want that early pressure to really destroy your opponent. But he's proven time and time again that he can, take the early game advantage, if he even has any, and make it last into the mid game and to late game, where it just becomes this tanky, immovable object. But I think I have to agree with you. In the top lane, it's going to go down to Samix, who has under 2 who can farm from range. But I wouldn't be surprised if Gambit actually goes for very early gank on the top lane. They did it last time against Fnatic, and they can clear up Renekton to go in the top lane and get his own free farm.
And look at that. You just see Samix placing that ward down in the towards the blue area. So he's well aware of the fact that there could be a gank coming towards him in that top lane. Around about the 3.5 minute, 4 minute mark. That's when they usually come in. Team WE, of course, started that all out in the Chinese. In fact, it was in the OGN League they did it, the Chinese team, and that's, I distinctly remember it, COG telling me all about it when they were at CBIT it was last year for the World ITEL Extreme Masters World Championships. They were playing that match just the following week, and there it is. That ward paying its dividends already as Diamond Prox comes around, and Samix is not going to fall for it.
And the thing is, it doesn't really matter at this point. We do have Morden, though, coming up. If Morden wasn't in position to help counter this, then they could still push him out of that lane and get that turret, which would still free up Darian, and in the end, they'd still be getting the goal they wanted, but
he's going for it.
Oh. He's like trying to decide. It's a very indecisive bear.
He is a very indecisive bear. I can see question marks coming off above his head right now. He's quizzical bear. And here he goes. Morden comes around though, and immediately they realize the goose could well be cooked. Teleport comes in as well. They're going to go towards. Can they catch on towards Diamond? The briefcase lands in the backside of the bear, but he just walks away with a little bit of a limp.
That was a great job by Giants to kind of counter that whole thing. They knew it was coming, but the thing is, still some damage is done. They forced Exter to use that teleport to miss out on CS in lane, to miss out on the levels, which he's going to need, because Rise, he has such a tough time in the early game. He kind of needs that tier, potentially a Catalyst as well, to really start ramping up his damage and his sustain. We do have Alexich, though, getting caught under turret here. They're going to go for a dive.
They're going to go for a dive. They do put the stun card down, but it's not going to be full damage going on. Diamond Prox taking the turret down. More importantly for that teleport being used means he cannot follow Alexich. He's going to hit level 6 before that teleport is back up. Meanwhile, the bottom turret is taken incredibly low because Darian has just been fighting off that 2v1 in the bottom lane. Oh, the flash comes through. They're going towards Alex He can't pull out the yellow card. Finally does. Is it going to be enough? No! The burn from Morden there on the red buff. I didn't see whether he put Ignite down. No, he didn't, because he hasn't even got it in his summoner spell. But it is going to be the bottom turret going down as well. So Giants suddenly claw out a bit of an advantage against Gambit.
Yeah, getting a very early lead right now. The question is, can they hold on to this lead? Can they open up the rest of the game? I mentioned it before. We see a lot of teams now have the ability to open up the early game, but they can't carry that the rest of the game. And Gambit, sorry. We know them as a team that could easily turn this around. It's in Giants' hand to pretty much win or lose this game right now with that first blood and with that first turret at the bottom lane.
Well, that's a big ask to say win or lose when you want to 0. That's almost solo queue mentality, Jason. I'm not sure if I'm going to quite go with that one. It's like people just say GG as soon as they lose first blood. But as it stands at the moment, Samix is doing a grand job at keeping them away from this top turret while that bottom turret has gone down. But the danger of that is they're going to have to switch it up and they need to try and put the pressure on, because Darien, as you can see, has already got a lot more farm than Samix. He's just been left alone to his own devices down there. He's going to get around 2 or 3 waves. That's just going to pull his gold straight back. Meanwhile, you can see Samix has already had to switch around.
And the thing is, when you have Samix come down, he is behind in levels, he is behind in farm like you're saying, and Darien has the potential to kill him before he hits that level 6. So, I mean, we've seen this happen before where Darien will lose his first turret, but then he just keeps that pressure on, he keeps that split push on as much as possible and tries to catch up and farm. Genja, though, looking like he might get caught here.
He gets the stun down. He's going to get another plan. Genja might well go down to this one. He'd see him just get away. One more Shuriken will do the job, and Jim Bones picks up the kill.
Great play. That was a great play. I wasn't expecting that stun to actually land, and that's what's kind of giving that weird kind of tone at the end of that comment. But a great play, picking up that early kill. Thing is, Gambit now, if they can just hold on, I mean, try to minimize any deaths, minimize any turret losses, they easily will be back in this game.
They're diving on towards Alex Siege. The Rune Prison goes down, and it looks like Alex Siege may well get dropped as well, and Extermin picks up the kill. This is a different Gambit gaming that we just saw against Fnatic. They seem to be so hyped, so up for it, but Giants are turning on the advantage. Can they keep it going?
And Demi, we mentioned in the beginning of the show, were there any big upsets for you in day 1?
Yeah.
I think right here has the potential to be the big upset of day 2. Diamondprox ain't caught in the top lane, but his passive will keep him alive.
Well, Jim Bones, oh, look at that. He's just teasing that poor little bear. He just can't catch up to him. And he just teasing, he's just dangling the carrot in front of him, saying, nope, not today, thanks.
Oh, carrot. I was thinking he had honey, and that was like one of the fruits trying to chase after it.
I should have gone that route. I should have gone that route, Jason.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, that's kind of the power of Volibear, being able to chase, but Kennen with that mobility, able to run away. We do have Genja coming back in the top lane. Diamondprox, he's been not necessarily shut down. Well, I'd say he has been pretty much shut down. He wasn't able to get that early kill on the top lane. Hasn't really been able to commit any kills or get any assists, which we saw 4-0-19 at the end of that last game versus Fnatic.
Wow, Morton taken down very low. They're waiting longer and longer for Extermin to come around. Samux and Darien, no, Darien's going to drop his ultimate. Is it going to be enough to get him towards Samux? Does slice and dice past him. You can see the Ragnarok and the exhaust being forced out by Samux there. That's enough. Darien, that's all he wanted to do. Didn't use his ignite. Wasn't really going for the kill, just trying to force anything out of him.
And it worked. He pushed him out of lane. He's got that CS lead. He's keeping that CS lead further and further.
The kill. CS there from Genja.
Well, that's what Edward does. If he's not stealing kills, he's stealing that CS.
He's trying to jack anything he can from Genja. He has only taken 3 CS so far, but you know, he's just thinking, hey, you weren't going to get it, Genja. I might as well get it myself. You can see that ping ward actually, but Betta's sitting on top of it. They're well aware of where it is. Looks like blue buff will be given across to Alex Siege, and Alex needs to start getting his teleport on here. He needs to start pulling something out, but we mentioned this already. Look at this. Darien left alone again. Bullied Samux out of lane. He is nearly double the CS already.
And this is the problem for Giants. They can't let that lead they gained early on slip, and they're doing that at the moment. What we need to see on the right now, Demon, go for a dragon. You have Mundo, you have those cleavers with that % damage. You'll get a nice gold increase. You should be able to actually 3-4-man push that top lane, get that turret down, and once that happens, the teleport out of Alex Siege won't even matter. That ultimate pretty much gets mitigated.
Every time we see the early dragons, it generally comes out of Gambit, but as it is, they haven't gone for it just yet. We do see the ward on top of Diamondprox here as Morden comes sniffing around that red buff. The ping come down. They were aware that he's headed towards there, so the little warning came out from his duo lane in the top there. 70 CS to 45, though. That is the difference between the two bottom laners, I think it's safe to call them at the moment, because they do tend to switch around, but the solo laners is more fitting as it stands. Anything you're seeing in the builds as they start to go back and pick up their first items?
Well, I mean, we're expected to have Darien to build a Sunfire Cape, which I just see he's going to be going for. We could see the Luck of the Iron Solari coming out of Diamondprox as a potential item with that Ruby Crystal. I wouldn't be too surprised to see that. Looks like we're going to see Merchants. Actually, in the bottom, we see a fight breaking out.
Breaking out again. Here comes Alex Siege this time. You can remember, Samux hasn't got that Ragnarok. He has. He's just come back up, but it doesn't mana. Oh, but Extermin can pick up the kill. No! Darien survives. Gold card comes out from Alex. Can this get turned back around? Extermin is going to go back in. Darien has to back away. He can't get involved in this fight. Extermin's not too sure whether he wants to go toe for toe with Alex there. Alex didn't really have the mana to back it up, though.
Yeah, the ball's on Darien right there to just back in that river bush when he knew Rise was right there. Someone could be coming in from the side. Top lane, a lot of pressure happening. And the thing is, Giants, they're trying to make a move on that advantage they gained early on. But they've been shut down because Diamondprox has been camping this top lane, just trying to prevent that turret from going down, trying to prevent any extra gold going in over to Giants' hands.
Oh, the pressure on towards the middle turret. Now they realize they push him away. Here comes Darien once again. He doesn't want to tangle with Extermin, though. And you can see he takes half of his damage straight away from Extermin. Extermin famed for the triple Rod of Ages in the live qualifiers. Alex H, meanwhile, putting the pressure on that bottom lane. That mid turret has to be defended, but Darien's having to back off again. He's losing a lot of valuable experience he gained from pressuring that bot lane.
Yeah, very true. I was actually just about to point that out, is that's a second back, but he was forced to go back twice in a row without sitting in the lane, without soaking up the XP or the CS, which he was getting in the bottom lane. And so at the top, they're just trying to be very aggressive. They're keeping the push back. The thing is, with Kennen now level 7, with that ultimate, he's pretty much going to have that guaranteed stun on top of you. Genja not running a cleanse to escape it. That caused him quite a bit of problems. And the mid lane getting pushed yet again out of Giants. They're really trying to shove this down Gambit's throats, but it's really up to Gambit to kind of hold on here, as they currently are doing it. I mean, they're keeping these turrets alive, and that's all they really need to do.
Just about keeping in there. Diamondprox taking very low this time around. The bottom lane again, Darien and Samox just duking it back and forward. The two duo lanes keeping it going as well. And as it stands, they are starting to hold their ground, as you mentioned, but all of Gambit's turrets right now are very, very low. It is Giants putting the pressure on. Can they keep it on? That is the question. We've seen Alex Itch taking a look around. He wants to get involved. He wants to put pressure on towards his duo lane, but immediately I think he just got spotted. I'm not too sure by that red ward. He is hanging around. Look, he's got the gold card pulled. We're expecting him to go, but instead he isn't. He's going to go for the golems.
Well, we could see that flash crescendo coming out very soon out of Edward, since he was so spot on earlier, Demon. And one thing, looking at this game can get very explosive very quickly. We have those two turrets, like you're mentioning, very low for for Gambit. And then we still have that dragon up with the Mundo as a jungler to kind of take it. This could pretty much swing in Giants' favor extremely quickly. But the thing Gambit does have is that Twisted Fate. We saw him last time. We saw EG get pretty far behind in gold, but by having that Twisted Fate, having the extra gold income with the extra 2 per every minion kill, it kept him in the game.
Where are the Giants heading off to? Looking like a possible blue invade here. They're going to try and get the position round. We do see Diamond. He's going to walk straight into the bush and get that briefcase right in the chops, and he's just going to back off. Oh, bottom lane is going to be the target. It's going to be Darien. He's gone too deep. He's going to need Alex Itch to come down and help him out. And you can see he's already slicing and dicing. He realizes he's in trouble. He's trying desperately to get away. He's going to have no flash available. Alex Itch is now coming in. He needs to cancel it. He needs to get the hell out of there. He flashes through. Morden comes through, throws the briefcase actually into the dragon, and Diamondprox comes charging in on his bear, but he can't manage to catch him down, and Morden with that ultimate will just force them away, and Giants pick up another advantage. They're keeping the pressure on the top lane, though.
I think I can tell what Alex was thinking when he was teleporting in there. He's like, cancel. To get out of this, because I'm going to die when I get there. But luckily with that flash, he did escape it, and still Giants, I mean, they had Darien down. You had Alex Itch's flash down. Why not go?
Why not go for the dragon?
Yeah, why?
Instead, they're going to lose out of the top lane, and there was just nothing gained. You've just simply picked up 1 kill and lost the turret.
Yeah, and that's honestly a huge misstep on their part. And that's what I was talking about earlier. They get that early advantage, but they can't convert it into the late game.
And look at the gold. They were massively in the lead. They had about that 3-4k lead earlier on. It's down to 600 gold already. So they're starting to get it back. Of course, the Twisted Fate being in the team helps out with that gold. The longer the game goes on, the more advantage they're going to get from this one. And you cannot leave a team like Gambit just alone, because they will claw any advantage they see.
The thing is, right now, Giants are getting a lot of major items completed. Look at actually what Jimbo's picked up as his first item.
They're finally going for it.
I think they heard us.
They heard us.
But Jimbo, he picked up a sword, or a blade of the Rune King. I mean, they lost a turret, so they kind of went down to make something out of it. But Gambit closed in. They actually might be able to turn this fight around in their favor.
They're getting straight in towards Diamond. Diamond's going to go charging in, though. You can see the slicing maelstrom's going to get triggered. Is it going to be enough? That's going to be the bear going down. It could be another one. Darien's taken down very low. This could be a fantastic fight for Giants. Darien is going to get dropped. It's Jimbo that picks up the kill. Alex Itch also very low. Dodges out of the axe head. Not quite landing on it. The split targeted. Didn't know which one to go for. Genja does manage manages to juke away, but Alex is still incredibly low. Ward being put down. Samix is going to try and sneak around the back of the top turret. He's going to come around. Can the axe land? No, he backs away. But it doesn't matter. They can pick up the dragon, and they have picked up the dragon. And a big, big advantage once again clawed out by the Giants.
And Giants got so lucky right there, because if Edward was a little bit closer with that crescendo, that fight would have went completely in Gambit's favor. But luckily, like you just said, got the dragon. They should be able to push down another turret here. They still have that top turret down very low. They still have the mid turret very low, and the gold income that they, well, not the gold income, the gold lead they had of 600 now has opened up into an even greater lead. And Demon, we're seeing something you love on Exeter right now.
It's a second Rod of Ages being built, of course. What else would you go for? There's many items available, but Rod of Ages seems to be the best. You know that the Blade of the Rune King, it's something that I was trying to point out in the first game against Fnatic. It's something I was surprised actually Fnatic didn't pick up.
Yeah, sorry, going back to the Rod of Ages on Exeter real quick, I'm actually not 100% sure that will be another Rod of Ages, because a Banshee's Veil, if you look at that last fight, he got locked down so hard because of the stun out of Darien, the stun out of Alex Ich.
Who's going? Oh, he's going to dive in towards Alex Ich. Jimbo's feeling very confident there, going in towards Alex Ich, one of the best AP mids in the world, and well, he did force him back.
That Yorl's got some big shurikens. But yeah, the Banshee's Veil, it might not be a bad pickup for him. He got locked down the entire last fight, and it might, just pretty much exponentially increase his damage over what a Rod of Ages would actually give him. And Gambit, they're not looking too good right now.
Well, boom, baby, coming from Samix. Is it going to be enough with Diamond Prox diving in? We can see on your mini-map, Darien is heading him off, heading down that river. That Gator, he is going to head him off, and we're assuming it's a Gator. We weren't quite sure whether we pinned this one down earlier on, but he is going to come around. You can see he's had to use Ghost and Ragnarok, tosses the axe in towards him, and has he managed to juke him out? I think he has. It's a great escape from Brolaf.
And with that entire chase that they just put on the Samix, Gambit ended up losing their top turret, and they're still being aggressive. They're still pushing this up right now. We have Alex Ich going to come around and try to defend it, but still, the damage is done. That goalie that was 600, now up to 3,000. And Giants, I mean, we had a moment there where it was looking like they weren't really going to come back, because they were letting a lot of these opportunities slip, are now getting back in the game. They have a Sunfire Cape now done on Olaf. They're starting to get their core items built. We have Mundo, finally has that Warmogs. The first Rod of Ages done, potentially another one coming. The Blade of the Rune King done for Kennen, which honestly is kind of a surprising first item for me out of him. A Bloodthirster would give you obviously a lot more sustain, and you need some attack speed on him to get the extra stuns down. And Demon, I'm looking at this because at Intel Extreme Masters Katowice, we were both there, and we saw Edward running no sight ward, but he ran a lot of pink wards and a door and shield, and we haven't seen that out of him this entire tournament.
Yeah, he's definitely been building it differently, but of course he did run Taric at that point, which he was saying you just don't need it on Taric. I think that's more to the point of what it was. He was just saying, well, all I'm there for is basically an armor battery for everyone involved. Obviously, Urgot running alongside him. Interestingly, you haven't seen Gambit go towards that one. Diamond Prox may well get caught out here. You can see Extermin coming in, puts the Rune Prison down. Samix is going to come back around. It's revenge time for Samix, and Diamond is not going to be able to escape this one. He tries to jump on through, or is he? No, the axe does manage to catch him down, and boom, baby, comes out, but it's Extermin that picks up the kill. Alex Ich now comes in on towards Samix. Samix spots that Ragnarok. He's going to try and get away from this one. The whole of Gambit coming around. He hasn't got Ghost available to him this time. He's going to try and turn some damage down, and well, it was a 4-man pile-on just to get that one kill.
And a 1-for-1 trade with a lot of summoners, a lot of ultimates committed.
Top turret.
Yeah, exactly. Look at Jimbo's on the top. He was able to push this up. He should be able to get quite a bit of damage down onto it as long as he sticks around, and that is completely not in Gambit's favor. Dragon will be up relatively shortly in about 2 minutes here, and if Giants can kind of get another turret down in the mid lane and then kind of go back by, pick up a couple of wards, and secure this next Dragon, they're going to look very strong for these next couple of team fights.
That is going to be the middle turret going down. The bottom one looks like it will be counted on by Darien. Oh, you can see Slicey Malstrom coming out from Jim Bones there on towards Alex Ich, and like you mentioned, that is a big bold yodel right down that bottom up that top lane. He's quite happy to take on. And oh, we're going to see Diamond. He's going to get flippity floppity. No, he couldn't get on towards Extermin, and now they've turned it back around, and they're all flipping it back all over his face, and Genja cannot get in there, cannot do any damage because Giants are too strong right now. It's 8-3 in kills.
And David, we're seeing
Gambit. My word, no. Genja, you are getting destroyed by Jim Bones. You can't compete right now.
He's getting all those big shurikens all up in his face, but the thing is, we're seeing Giants from day one. They had the exact same kind of thing where they didn't play too well. They came back today, did extremely well against...
Flash burn there. Flash forced out there. That was just a stun card on Morden. And you know what, Jimbos? They're starting to scare the Gambit here. Really starting to worry them. The Giants are playing big.
Oh, gosh. I didn't think about that for a second. I was like, oh, he made a pun there, kind of. But anyways, yes, they are coming out very big right now, very strong. We might see that upset we were both waiting for throughout today. And we have items, finally being picked up here for Gambit. They're getting a lot of their core done. We see the Twin Fangs done Twin Shadows done for Alex Each. We have that Sunfire Cape and another Giant Spell done for Darian. We have that Locket of the Iron Salary done over for Diamond Prox, which honestly, I mean, it wasn't talked about too much in the last game from them, but it really is such a strong item. I know Quickshot mentioned it. The cooldown reduction, the health you get, and we see Gambit going to get engaged upon here.
Genja into all sorts of trouble. He's just going to get dropped where he stands. There was no way he was ever going to get involved in that fight. It's a 4-man, and that simple ward placement on the blue buff did all it needed to.
Yep, and I mean, denying that blue away from Alex Each is going to cause a lot of problems. His Destiny, without that extra cooldown reduction on it to, zip around the map as quick as possible, is going to cause some problems. But we have the blue buff over to Babetza, so his CC is going to be even quicker. We have the blue buff onto Xterra. He has his tier stacked up quite decently so far, sitting at 712 stacks. And we have a lot of gold right now. If we look at that over for Giants, they have 1,400 on Olaf, they have 2,300 on Ryze, they have 1,800 on Cannon. They're going to go back, they're going to buy a couple of new shiny items and be a real force to reckon with in these fights.
And there is the second run of ages.
He went for it.
Yeah, he went for it. Of course he did. Well, expect the third one maybe now. Can he go for 4? That's the question. This is the real deal right now. Forget the rest of the game. I want to see 4 Rod of Ages goes down right there. Alex is desperately trying to keep up. He's got that Twin Shadows once again like he had in the first game. Anything really that Gambit are going to have to do to get themselves involved in this game, because they are slowly but surely being picked off by the Giants.
Well, the thing is, we saw last time that Diamond Prox had a much better game than he had this time. He was a lot more tanky. He had that early advantage. He was able to give a couple of his lanes some kills and some assists just to kind of get that little bit of an edge. But right now, I mean, Darren, he's such a good Renekton player. He almost has, that Warmog completed. And when he gets that, when he starts tanking all the damage that Giants can put out, they actually have a chance in these fights as long as Genja can get the damage here, as long as Alex Each can get the stuns that they need to. And Edward, if he can come up big with those crescendos, it's going to cause a lot of problems for Giants.
Well, that bottom turret finally going down has seemed to have freed up Darian a little, so he's going to start to roam out a little more. We did see him pulling more damage down in that mid lane early on. He is going to head back down to the bottom, though. Samux, he has got a huge CS lead that he's been carrying pretty much from the start of the game with Darian against Samux there. But honestly, I don't know really which way this could go. You can see Darian chasing on towards Samux. Where is Samux going to head to? Where are you going there, Samux?
Going for farm.
I'm not too sure. He can just run away, but he's going to draw the rest of the team in. Oh, of course, that's what he's doing. He's drawing everyone towards him. He's got Diamond Prox down there, and they're going for the Baron. This could be a very sneaky maneuver, but there's going to be Twisted Fates. Ultimate, that's going to spot them. Morden's still taking very low. True Shot Barrage is going to come across. They do dodge away from there. Oh, and Alex Each actually didn't come in. They got the Baron. Giants managed to pick up the Baron. Now they're going to try and turn it around. Extermin does get stun carried out. Giants are just going to take their advantage and back away. Samix may well go down in this bottom lane. I don't think it's going to be able to avoid Darian. Teleport is going to come in. Is it going to be enough? Oh, Extermin just perfectly timed. We do pan down. You can see Extermin puts the ward down. Now Darian is in trouble. He's backing away. Meanwhile, the rest of Gambit, they're piling straight down the mid lane. They're trying to take an advantage from this one. They're going to get the one turret. Can they get the second? That's the question. The rest of Giants are trying to react to this one. Meanwhile, Darian is desperately trying to get away from this one. The slice and dice from Extermin. Is it going to be enough? He desperately wants to just land that rune present. Flashes in, pops him straight down. And now Giants are going to react back towards him in that mid turret. Gambit cannot hold on any longer, and Giants are going to pursue. Alex Each puts the stun card down, but is enough. The root comes out. Edward, crescendo, straight down. Teleports come back in there. Diamond Prox, can he get on towards Samix? No, they all have to evacuate and back off. Darian was the only victim of the whole fight, and that was a long fight. I need oxygen because Jim Bones is taking the top turret.
Yeah, and look at that entire fight. What happened? It was a 3v4 at that last point right there. Gambit was trying to go for that second turret, but in the meantime, we had Jim Bones pushing the top lane the entire time. We have Xterra at the bot lane getting this turret, and they're just taking this one by one, increasing their gold lead. And I think Jim Bones might be getting caught here.
No, I don't think he's getting caught at all. I think he's going to turn it back around on towards Alex Each. Alex Each taken so low, he just couldn't catch on towards him. Jim Bones, the true shot barrage from Genja picks him off like a threaded needle straight away. That's going to be the middle turret going down. The bottom turret also being dropped. Giants are destroying Gambit right now. It's 7-1 in turrets. They are just keeping the chaos going. And Giants, really, Gambit don't know what to do about it.
They almost have a 10,000 gold right now. They're picking them apart one by one with all these turrets going down. They have all the outers down at this point. They have so much gold in their pockets to spend. We have 2,500 gold on Rise right now. He could see...
Oh, the exterminate. He's just going to destroy Alex. The stun card comes out. Is it enough? He doesn't have the flash. The Twin Shadows slow is enough to help him get away.
Demon, I think you might be able to get a little excited here because we might have another Rod of Ages coming up for X there with the money he currently is sitting on. And this is just giving...
He needs some boots. That might be handy. He might catch people in future.
No, Rod of Ages. Forget it. Just go all Rod of Ages. Just get into the middle of the team with your teleport, and that is your boots, your teleport. But with the advantage they have in these items
they're diving on Extermin. They're going to try and catch on towards him. He's going to get the stun card out. He's going to get flippity-floppity on him. He does manage to get down. There it is. Any second now. He's just waiting until he tries to run. He's not even using the flip. He's like, I don't need this flipping malarkey. I'm just going to kill him anyway with cards.
Okay, so maybe he does need boots. As you saw right there, wasn't able to escape in any
Boots
sort.
might be required. Instead, he just gets a mirror mana.
Yeah, why not? He should have got another Rod of Ages though.
He's coming back in again. Alex is caught out. He's in the bush. The ward goes down. Jim Bones is just saying, hell no, you won't go, because he's going to catch on towards him. One more root comes out. No, he doesn't quite catch out, but Jim gets the stun. There's the extra burst of damage. And well, Alex Itch, you just can't mess with those little shurikens. Oh, they're going into the blue buff. Will they ever stop?
I don't know. I mean, how are you still breathing right now? Because it's been fight after fight, action after action, and Giants are really...
Modern's caught out here. He's just going to walk away, though, because Corporate Mundo goes where Corporate Mundo pleases. While it's happening, Samox is continuing to pressure in that top lane. The home guard boots are working as much as they can, but now the bottom turret, the inhibitor turret, is going down. This could be the 8th turret of the game for Giants. Only 3 for Gambit. Can they ever turn this around?
And we have Samox trying to go in for that inhibitor on the top end as Darian and him are fighting. But it looks like he's just going to escape here, not really having too much threat since he has that Ghost, has that Ragnarok to get away.
Well, he is keeping the damage on him. You can see the ultimate coming out from Darian there. Will had to be burned out. Jim Bones just switches around, says, you know what, you're going to keep me busy on the bottom, I'll switch to the middle and I'll put a little bit more damage on them. The chaotic play of Giants seems to have caught Gambit completely off guard. They're going to go in towards Morton. He's going to try and get the damage down. He does get flip on him. He gets the sun card down, but have they got enough damage to take down this ultimate running machine? No, they do not. And Morton even turns back around on him. Now they're going to come in towards the top. They're diving up towards Ari. There's going to be a slicing maelstrom. Darian is going to get dropped here. Samox and Jim Bones can just shred him apart. They do pick up the kill. Now Diamond Prox is in trouble down the bottom lane. Crescendo may have to be used in a full-on defensive unit. They are going to take down the top inhibitor.
And the Giants are being so aggressive right now. They're giving Gambit no breathing room to kind of get a little timeout and kind of recoup their losses, kind of figure out what their next step is. And this aggressive, chaotic play style is catching Gambit Gaming off guard.
I don't know about not giving Gambit any breathing room. They're not giving me any breathing room because that's the top inhibitor going down. The bottom one is in all sorts of trouble. The home guard boots are not working out for them because they're just being split left, right, and center. They're going back in. Diamond manages to do that flip on Exterminate. Crescendo comes across, but is it enough? True Shot Barrage lands very nicely. Gambit could well pick up a couple of kills, but it's only going to be purely defensive. Diamond Prox taking low. Diamond Prox goes down. Boom, baby, from Samox, and he does drop him. The card comes out. Jim Bones finally drops. Here comes Twisted Fate. Alex X takes down Exterminate, puts the Twin Shadows on towards Morden, just keeping him, kiting him at range. Lands the stun card, gets Morden down as well. Just one more to go. Meanwhile, Genja's taking on someone in the middle lane. There it is. Genja picks up the kill. One more man alive, and it is going to be a better backing away. It's 13-9, but it's a 9-3 in turrets with an inhibitor down. Ladies and gentlemen, tell your friends, get them online because Gambit Gaming are up against it here against Giants.
And at that end, Giants kind of bit off more than they could chew. Unfortunately, they kind of got a little too cocky right there, lost 4 members, but still, it doesn't matter. The damage is done. That top inhibitor is now down. They have that top wave pushing. Baron going to be up very shortly right now. 29-17 as we're sitting on 28 minutes. Giants completely in that driving scene. I kind of feel good since I said in the beginning of the game, it's up to them to win or lose as you're seeing right now. They easily can win this game and they can throw that upset that we've all been looking for.
It's a 10,000 gold advantage. Ward's being placed down around the Baron. They're aware of this up in 1 minute time. That is is really going to be the killer, the decisive moment. Can Gambit keep the pressure down in the rest of the lanes to hold off the Giants' massive craziness of attacks here? As it stands, they are keeping them away every step of the way. Look across the items, Jason. Take us through what we are seeing here, really where the big advantages are turning.
Well, the big advantage is it's basically on that mid lane. We see Exeter, he has a 2 Rod of Aegis, the Mirror Mana, building into his Glacial Shroud, and to his opponent has a Lich Bane, a Twin Shadow, and an AC Large Rod. He doesn't have the AP, doesn't have the damage or the near tankiness to really sustain any kind of damage the Giants can run at them with, because you have that Olaf who can Ragnarok in there, isn't worried about any sort of damage you can do to him, especially a Twisted Fate who doesn't have a lot of sustained damage against an Olaf with, how much HP is he sitting at the moment? 3,700. He has more health than Mundo at this point. It'd be so hard for Alex to get back in this game or to do anything. And the thing is right now, Demon, I'm saying Giants are in the driving seat. They have a Rise. They have Teleport on him. Alex cannot defend against him. He's the only one that can really stop him besides Darian, which he can still take him on if need be.
Oh, they're diving in here. They are going to flip on towards Samix. I'm not sure that's really the target they wanted. And you can see immediately that he's trying to keep away. Slicing Maelstrom comes out crescendo on towards Samix, but he just tops the Ragnarok straight away. They're diving in, but they didn't really catch anyone from Gambit there. Darian is taken down very low. Diamond Proc's taken low. Jim Bone's taken down very low. Everybody is very low, but nobody is dying. Diamond is finally going to go down. Darian gets dropped. Can they turn it around? Alex tosses out the cards, tries to see where it lands. We do have Genja around the side. He was trying to be sneaky, but it's not sneaky enough. Alex going to pop his ultimate. Where is he going to land? Where are you going, Alex? That is the question. Into a 5-man Giants team? I don't think so. And he pops the home guard boots and runs away.
And that still just shows how Gambit is still in this game, because they, as you're saying, during the entire fight, everyone is low, but no one is dying. And they're able to tank that damage and really able to put it back against Giants. But still, Baron is now up. This is that key point. They could have Rise just still push this entire time. They have that bottom inhibitor to take. They have the middle inhibitor to take. Extra are going to be backing out. How much gold is sitting on? Well, not really any at this point, but just going to go back and heal a little bit. But Giants, no vision currently for Gambit on this Baron, and they could easily take this with that Mundo, with Kennen, who, you know, with that Blade of the Rune King can do a lot of damage, not to mention Teleport coming in from Rise, so they want to commit to this Baron, and they will get this.
Alexic doesn't have Destiny up. He just had to use it a moment ago. There is the Baron picked up, and now they're going to turn it around. You can see Babetta popping Shirelius. He wants to try and catch a route down. It's not going to happen, and they will be forced back. But this is now a Baron Giants team, all backing, all buying, going to focus this one, channel their energies, buy everything they can do. Phantom Dancer just popping in there along with another pickaxe. Jim Bowen's really very much the leading charge of the damage from Giants. He has absolutely been playing with balls of steel, taking on Alexic, no problem, Genja, whoever. He's been diving on towards Darian. He doesn't care who comes at him. Samoxo, has he gone too deep? He's had to use Ragnarok and Ghost. Instead, he turns back around and tries to 3v1 them.
And the thing is, it doesn't matter how much damage you're going to do to him right now. He's going to heal it up with that Baron, with the Warmog on top of that extra regen. They have that freedom to poke as much as possible with that Undertow. With Jimbo's lane, any kind of shuriken.
The Q is going to follow.
It just kind of floats by, but they're going to take this inhibitor. They can easily get the bottom one on top of that. There's no point for Giants to actually lose this game.
Gambit have to fight this. They are just going to sit back, and they are going to lose all 3 inhibitors if they don't fight in this last one. The top inhibitor will be respawning soon, but this bottom one, if they take it down, it's going to be the crucial moment. Those double super minions coming in.
Yeah, very true. I mean, they have to channel either their inner EG or just come out into this team fight and really kind of kill someone here. But who can they focus down? It's pretty much just Jim Bones, but he has a lot of protection. He is going in for him, though.
They're going in for it, and Darian is just going to get popped where he stands. You can't take the damage there, and Extermin takes down Darian. Volibear goes down as well. Darian is taken down, Bruno. They can see that's a triple kill. Can he get any more? He doesn't care. It's going to be the 3rd inhibitor of the game. It's going to be Genja dropped. The Giants Gaming Spaniards are going to take down the Russian overlords. Right here, it is going to be the League of Legends Championship Series throwing out the first big upset in week 1, and Giants successfully pick up their first win of the LCS. Can you believe it?
I can.
Down